Wigo, at the very least, has looked good, and we are getting on to the Rift. First game of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming to hang out and spend your Saturday with us. We're kicking off game one, Red Canids and Liberty onto the Rift.
Of course, folks, this footage does come directly from twitch.tv/CBLOL. Thank you for the footage there, Was. Got a forward position here in the pixel brush. I guess just beat JoJo out of the gate there. JoJo not too slow in the draw, so it's still a little strange for him. Maybe I think he's probably just giving this pressure. Yeah, you'll have Aegis. I would be willing to bet starting on the top side here. Maybe even just going for the invade, but it is a 5 point, so we'll have to see where they rotate to for both sides. Yeah, you got Grevthar roaming up top side here. I think they go for the invade top side.
They're certainly thinking about it, but Crassio pretty quick to respond. They're going to walk in and just get a ward onto Sami's red buff there. So early vision in favor of Red Canids, and the line of scrimmage start also on the bottom side for Red Canids prevents any sort of wards there from Liberty. So a minor one, but an early advantage there to Red Canids.
I'm going to put you on the spot, Yeso. It's a pop quiz. Who's the most picked champion worldwide in pro play right now?
Is it Lee Sin?
It is not Lee Sin. It is actually Xin Zhao. And it's not even close. He's got over 150 plays so far in all the various leagues worldwide. And next closest has like 90. So yeah, he is a very, very popular champion right now in pro play. Extremely strong. He always is when junglers are really strong in the early game, but especially now because he makes such good use of the Gore Drinker item. It just makes him really, really strong. So yeah, I think that's why you're allowed to go for plays like that on the early topside invade. It's also why you're allowed to not get leashes from your topside. You just are incredibly strong here. You're going to see Jasamis give up a camp topside there to try increase his clear speed. He wants to get through that almost full clear, that 5 camp clear, take the reset, and try to get a gank out as soon as possible.
I would like to leave a disclaimer. I was not told there was going to be a test today. So, definition of pop quiz from Axeman, but, I'm not surprised. We've, of course, Brazil has loved the Xin Zhao so far this season, so no real surprise there. Aegis able to get it here this time around into Sami's Lee Sin. Now both junglers down to the bot side, push in favor of Teton and JoJo, so we'll have to see if the Liberty jungler here is thinking about going to bot side, but he's just going to go to Wolves, and JoJo's going to step up. Get a little bit of vision here on the blue side. They'll get some further information on what Dasami is up to in this early game. And just 3 pushing lanes so far for Red Canids, so they've got all the control they could ask for.
That's a great point here for you, Yeso. You also got the farming center down there, bot side on Teton. A little interesting. Not something we're really used to historically, but with those buffs to Senna and the buffs to specifically Tom Kench as a support, looks like Senna's going to be taking the farm from here on out, but we'll see if that changes as the day progresses. Anybody actually goes for fasting Senna, but I wouldn't really be expecting it.
Grevthar trying to collapse right now. Sami's going to be able to get away. No real threat there. The double buff Lee Sin going to be just fine. Going to go up and take his Krugs. And again, these lanes continue to hold in favor of Red Canids so far, though so far Crasso has done good in the farm department despite Grevthar applying some pressure and pushing that wave in. The Victor farming up very well early on, and Aegis down to the bottom side, though I can't imagine Xin going to be able to get a whole lot done here with the position of this wave. We'll just have to see if maybe Dasami wants to go topside, but down to the bot lane. Teton having to back away. The Ignite is down. Woe's going to take a lot of damage here. Going to get slowed quite a bit. Good knock up there from JoJo. First blood is going to go to JoJo, and Grevthar on his way down. Aegis is here as well. They're thinking about the dive. They need to get this wave into the tower. That's going to be the route. Little bit of damage there. Aegis thinking about going in. Will take the tower shot, and they still have to bide their time. But Matsukaze's in trouble. Woe's on the way, but it's not going to get here nearly soon enough. The kill goes to Aegis, and that's a 2-0 start for Red Canids.
Great start there, and they're off to the races, right? Only critical point about that is that it's no kills. Ooh, great. This is what I was talking about, right? It's the Kiari up topside on the killer lane champion there. Gets a solo kill down there on the Gragas. What is happening, man? I mean, Rigo's going to come back into this lane. He's going to have the Sheen. So things go kind of downhill so far out here from the Gragas after this point. But, oh man, Grefthar on the invade too.
Oh,
It's
no.
just Samus on the invade. He gets found out. Oh man. He didn't even walk over vision. That was wild.
Beautiful response there from Grevthar. Hits, was able to get his boots on an early back, hits the Predator. It just bolts right into the blue side jungle, finds Dasami and takes him out. Just a solo kill for the Galio running into the Liberty jungler. And despite that solo kill, going to Chiari topside, I think Red Canids feeling really good about these first 5 minutes.
I know I would be, and if I were a bigger Red fan, I'd probably be ecstatic right now. But yeah, Liberty coming through. Maybe they can make the comeback here. They're only at 1k gold down. And it all starts with the bot side. Starts with Samus really trying to make plays around this bottom lane. It's a strong lane, and I feel like they get this Aphelios off the ground. They're a little bit stronger than the Senna Tom Kench, but this isn't a great matchup for them, I don't think. It's obviously not proven very much with all the changes to the Senna Tom Kench lane, but I would imagine that's a rough lane for the Aphelios.
And I love the move here from Liberty with Scuttle spawning topside. Looks like Dasamis kind of assuming that Aegis goes for the Scuttle, and at the very least, they're going to get vision in the bot side river. First Drake is Infernal, so they're getting control of the area as Guigo dealing with Chiari up here. Good ultimate dodged out there from Guigo, and Chiari going to just have to back away. The body slam will not land, and we're fighting in the red side jungle. Dasamis having to run. Ignited. Grefthar taking a lot of damage. The Victor wants it, but Dasamis goes back in. It takes out Aegis. That's 2 kills for Liberty, and Guigo now on the run. Chiari takes him out. Oh. It's all Liberty right now.
There you go. Everything coming up Liberty. Everything coming up Chiari up top side there too. Fantastic laning from the Gragas top. We love to see it. He's building full tank, too. You can see the Bomby Cinder in the inventory, and he's going to be very difficult to kill going into the later parts of this game, just when the Camille's going to be looking to go for those team fights, right? So great job there from Chiari, and that's what I was talking about. Right? He's a good top laner, very unsung as far as I'm concerned. Here's a replay for you. Dasamis just getting rocked by these solo lanes, right? Aegis is going to run him out of town there. Grefthar. Ooh, Samus turns it on Aegis. Crastiel gets the kill down on Grefthar, and here it is. Chiari getting that last little smack onto Guigo for the triple kill across the map for Liberty. Great fights to turn around, right? But it looked like Red were going to win it out there for a second.
Yeah, I mean, Dasamis was backing away, looked to be in trouble, but then everybody on Red kind of split off into these separate 1v1s, and it was exactly what Liberty was going for. Dasamis recognizing he had the damage to finish off the Xin Zhao, who was only at about 300 health, and takes advantage of it. 1-1-1 start for the Lee Sin. Here's Jojo. Going to take a little bit of poke from the Victor. Both supports having roamed up to the mid lane, just to be, a little annoying right now with this first Infernal Drake up and 8 minutes in. Rift Herald up as well. There's going to be some decisions made across these neutral objectives right now as Aegis starts off the Herald himself.
Great stuff there. Like to see the first Herald go down. I would like to see a little bit more attention paid to that bot side, to that dragon, but this will do as well. Aegis pushed off the Rift Herald, but is going to get a little bit of assistance from his side lanes here. Not enough, I don't think. Yeah, it's looking like Liberty's going to be able to take this one down uncontested. It's just a vision diff, right? You look across the map, all the words you see are red. Can't deal with that if you're red.
Aegis is considering going in. Guigo on the way. Blast Cone available, and here we go. Aegis looking for something. Grefthar on the side. Ultimate is available here. That's going to be the shield from the Senna, and here comes the knock-up from the Galio. Is going to look for the multi-man taunt. That's Rift Herald going down to Aegis, and the fight continues. Flash over the wall from Jojo, trying to run. Dasamis trying to chase him down. Aegis in 1v3. Guigo cannot help. It's still a 1-for-1 trade and kills there, and one more goes to Grefthar. So not only do they get the Rift Herald, but a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Red Canids.
Good stuff. They bring it back up to the forefront there. Matsukawa's having to flash over the wall. That feels pretty bad. Yeah, this lane just getting worse and worse for him, even as Teton catches up in XP. He had to use both summoner spells to get away from the Senna on that one. Yikes. Yeah, this might be the new go-to for bot lanes in CBLOL. This seems very strong. I don't think it's just because it's Teton and JoJo. But yeah, they bring things back up to a tie in the gold. It's just a few hundred gold difference between these two teams. You know what it is from EA, so you got to fight over the dragon. Let's see it.
Yeah, we're going to see Red Canids are already on their way to try and set up vision here. DeSamus is going to be able to quickly take that Scuttle Crab, so that's huge.
That's big.
You know, this is, of course, Liberty just trying to pick up the scraps right now. That was really an unfortunate turn of events. They had, as you mentioned, all of the vision control around Topside River. They had 4 members there first and start the Rift Herald. And to not only end up losing the fight, but losing the Herald as well is not the way you were hoping that play would turn out. So that was a big move for Red Canids, and they're looking to just take it all right now. Teton getting the push in here on Matsukaze will give Jojo and Teton the ability to roam to this Drake first. Little bit of posturing around the river here, coming down from mid lane as Woes, Samus, and Crasiel there, down there, and Woes coming down to the bottom lane. Just wants to keep Jojo and Teton down here as Matsukaze doing his best to keep them busy.
Yeah, doing his best there. Jojo made a great effort to drop some vision in that river leading from the mid lane down towards the dragon, and it slowed up the advance from Liberty a little bit there. I don't think it's going to be enough, but even delaying a dragon a couple of minutes is really important, right? Because it delays the final soul. If you look at the enemy team just picking up a quick 4 dragons, no matter what, it takes you 20 minutes, right? Because they have a 5-minute respawn between each one. So if you delay that first one a couple minutes, it gives you an extra couple minutes to scale up. And that is what Red is looking for in this late game, right? With their Senna, with their Camille. They want that late game. They want those team fights. So it's good to drop that vision and slow that roll a little bit there.
First strike does go to Liberty there. They're able to grab the Infernal. So well played from them as we kind of take stock of all of the matchups so far. We talked early on about the pushing lanes in favor of Red Canids, but Liberty has largely been able to neutralize that in the CS department. And in fact, a 30 CS lead for Crasiel's Victor. Really, really nice so far. He's going to be feeling great along with that kill and 2 assists. Of course, Grevthar has been very active as well, 2-1-2 early on on the Galio. Other places on the map, Teton with a slight CS lead, essentially dead even to the top side as Guigo is going to receive this pushing wave, and Aegis down to the bottom lane is in fact going to use this Rift Herald, but it seems like Liberty wants to respond to this. Teleport is available if they want to use it, but that's just going to be the charge, and Teton and Jojo will back away, so they're happy to take that plate gold and not overstep.
For sure, they're more than happy, right? He's like 450 gold up off of these assists already, and now he's another amount of gold up off of that plating gold. But you know, it's good stuff. You like to see that on your Senna getting the scaling up, and you know you had the CS lead to boot, right? Just a stack on top there. I didn't even notice Chiari's a level up on Guigo. That's wild. Like that's crazy. Like he's winning this lane for sure, right? But you know, having the XP advantage, even having a little CS lead there, that's really nice stuff. There's not much Guigo can do in this lane from here on out. You're waiting until laning phase ends and then trying to get into a side lane, preferably bot lane here if you're the Camille. And yeah, it's 2 levels now. Look at this, yay. So what? Come on.
Guigo is not having a fun time right now, and DeSamus is going to go in and take away this blue buff. We'll have to see if the Lee Sin wants to go top side. Is Chiari going to go in backup? His jungler right now, Aegis on his way into his own blue side, is going to be very sad to find his buff missing on this side of the map. We see the plates in favor of neither team, both even with 4 apiece so far. And we'll just see as the plates have fallen, those, of course, unleashed teleports available. Chiari's very close to coming off of cooldown. We'll see if Guigo maybe can do anything about it.
I'd love to see Aegis make it up top side here, trying to shut down this Gragas, but I mean, you're talking about making a foray up into the top lane to try and shut down what is essentially a hyper tank. Yeah, here's just honestly, he's gonna push him away with the ultimate there. I think he was expecting Aegis to be right there in the bush and waiting, and wanted to split that one up a little bit here, but it's unfortunate Aegis walks through the mid lane right after he does that, because I think they could have gotten the kill on Guigo there.
Aegis was mid there, trying to deal with the Victor. Meanwhile, down to the bottom lane, Teton and JoJo continue to work with an advantage, and they are going to be able to get this first tower. Teton going to get an extra influx of gold. Already has his mythic in his pocket and stacking up that tier as well. And now with the second Herald spawning, looks like we're getting ready for another fight. Guigo is going to recall, but as we mentioned, does have that Unleash teleport available and does pick up the Divine Sunderer. Chemtank finished up for Kiari at this point, and it looks like both teams preparing to converge on this second Rift Herald.
They sure are. It's not as valuable an objective, right? Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, that's
big trouble for Guigo. The ultimate's going to buy some time. The shield comes through from the Senna, and the ultimate there from the Galio will at least trade a kill. So it's 1-for-1 as Guigo goes down, but here comes Red Canids. They're looking for blood. Woz is in trouble. This should easily be a kill, but the flash away from the Rel will keep Woz alive, and now Teton taking a lot of damage here from the Victor, running for the hills. There's the Sami going to get knocked up. Aegis jumps into the fight. Grefthar trying to help them back away. The shield from JoJo eats up Aegis, gets him out of trouble. The gravity field will lock down Aegis momentarily. The damage not quite enough, below 100 health, and somehow Red Canids get away.
Fantastic movement there from JoJo to be able to pick up Aegis and get him out of that situation. Teton, that was so close, man. Just hit the B key, man. Get out of there. Come on. No, he needs every last bit of CS he can get. He's going to take this wave up topside. See, that's the difference between us and the pros, right? They're just willing to go that extra mile. I would have been resetting for sure, but yeah, they're going to get the second Rift Herald 17 minutes. It's not as valuable as the first one, but I don't know what it is about CBLOL. They have like really high prio on these Rift Heralds, and I don't know. It doesn't really make sense to me. Personally, I'm a Dragons guy. I'm like, yeah, if we're at 22 minutes, we're getting Dragon Soul. Like that's what we're doing. And I soloed all of them by myself. But yeah, no, not here in CBLOL. You'll be lucky if we see a second Dragon by like 18 minutes. Oh, well, it might start up now. Okay.
Yeah, Red Canids positioning for it. I was really hoping that Liberty was going to do what the Canids did not, right? When the first Drake came up, Red Canids had Rift Herald and didn't elect to use it to draw people to mid lane to open up the opportunity to go for Drake. Liberty has that opportunity this time around, doesn't elect to do it, so Aegis just gets to walk down to the bottom river, takes the Mountain Drake. It will be an Ocean Soul this time around. Of course, if you guys missed the news, there is no more Chemtech Drake for right now, right? Heard the community, heard the complaints, have disabled it on the live patch, so we will not see any more Chemtech Drake, and we will see the Ocean Rift this time around as Grefthar heading to the top lane to match up with Kiari right now, as we've certainly seen Guigo has been struggling with that task so far this game.
Yeah, so a total of 5 Drakes. Well, 6, I guess, if you're including the Elder Dragon, but it's a nice even number. You know, I can deal with that. Personally, I think I don't know if I think they'll bring back the Chemtech. Yeah, Chemtech Drag at some point. I think in some different iteration. I thought it was pretty cool. Like it definitely did some cool things. I like the concept, but there were so many things about it that it broke in the game that it was kind of like we can't have this in the game. This is awful, right? Like Rengar was just totally. Like you removed half of the bushes from the rift. It was like, what is happening, man? But there you go. It's gonna be Rift Herald down bot side. This should take it on the charge.
Grefthar on the way is in flank position, and the Rift Herald
was close.
Does take down the tower. This is going to be scary. Grefthar with the flank, looking for the taunt, is going to get it onto 2, but they're just going to dive right onto the Galio. That's the insect there for Desamas, and Kiari just trying to buy time. The tank here getting into the back like Grog is buying so much time. That's the Moonlight Vigil. So say goodnight, Red Canids. Aegis just trying to survive and get what he can. Guigo's going to run, but will not escape. Teton, the only one that survives. What a fight for Liberty.
That's what I'm talking about, Kiari. That is the Gragas we needed. Full tank, baby, there. Chemtech, he's got the Fimble Winter. Look at it. Look how beautiful it is. No, he doesn't. He has Winter's Call. He's like 15 off. He's going to get it soon, though, but he's going to be so tanky, man. I love that. Grefthar on the backside. He just a little too deep, right? I don't think he was expecting enemy side Liberty to walk back into him that quickly. So you see, he kind of like, he tries to taunt and run there, but he gets insect back into Liberty. And meanwhile, look at Chiari. Chiari is in the middle of red the entire time Grevthar's in the middle of Liberty, and it just did not matter. They're all free hitting this Gragas as hard as they can, and it made no difference. I think he actually healed through that fight there, Yeso.
I mean, pretty clear that Chiari said, yeah, 1v4, I got this. No big deal.
Yeah,
you guys have fun over there with Grevthar. I'll take care of the rest of the team until you guys are ready. It did a great job here as Liberty now with a bit of an invade trying to starve out Aegis right now. You want to talk about a level lead there for Chiari. It has closed a little bit, still 1 level lead, but I think the Samus is trying to open up a bit of a gap there. 3, 1, and 5 right now on the Lee Sin, even in CS, but has looked very good so far on this champion. And Liberty pretty firmly in control. 2,000 gold lead, not huge at 21 minutes, even in Drake's so far, but it seems like Liberty playing with a ton of confidence right now.
Oh yeah, I know I would be. If I had a Gragas this big, finally we got the Winter, by the way. It would give me a lot of confidence there too. Matsukaze finishes up the mythic item, looking for a second item there, but for me, the big scaling option has always been Crastia on Victor. Victor's just busted. Chiari, you gotta, at some point he has to die, right?
Possibly here. That's going to be the ultimate for Guigo, and they're going to take him out, but the response has arrived. Aegis trying to run is going to buy a little bit of space there. Hookshot going to buy some time for Guigo. Dasami's thinking about going in, is going to be able to get the insect perfectly into Guigo, and Crescio just deletes the Xin Zhao. The ultimate from Grevthar will get him down here, but Woes has arrived. They're going to dive right onto Grevthar and say good night, Galio. What a beautiful play from Dasamis.
That's a fantastic kick from the Lee Sin. You'll love to see it dragging up and under the minute, too. I hope Liberty use this prio they have to get this objective. For God's sake, CBLOL, please. They got the deep vision set up. There's some control wards back there, so a lot of that's going to go down, but it's good looking vision so far from Liberty, and they have first move on it. I really need to see them. See, they're running mid. I don't I don't like that. Hopefully Dasamis here makes his way up the jungle with Crastia, and they try to get this one down. Chiari's got the teleport. He's going to go match Teton up top side, but they have so much vision around this dragon. He can make the teleport play for that fight. Yeah, you got started up. There we go. Here we go. Yeah, so they're doing the right thing. All right, yes. Cool.
We love it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. We do love it. 23 minutes? Yeah, Red could potentially... Yeah, they could potentially trade back Baron here. I don't think they got quick enough a start on it, but they definitely had the move they could have gone there for. I don't know if you have the damage with Senna. That's untested as far as my mind is concerned. I don't know if you have the objective damage, but definitely an option for him there. Chiari, he's in danger, but he's a big boy.
He's a big boy, but Teton doing quite a bit of damage here, but was taking a couple of tower shots. Grevthar going to get in there and grab the kill, so the dive comes through. Chiari is dead. They'll take topside tier 1. Let's see what Red Canids can do with this. Doesn't seem like a whole lot, you know, a little bit of a gold influx there, which is certainly helpful. But the neutral objective already down. Looks like they're going to lose tier 2 mid as well. So in the grand scheme of things, I don't think Liberty cares all that much.
I don't think so either, right? I mean, that's the role of the hyper tank, is to die for objectives, die for the team. You know, obviously, I think you would prefer not to die, but if you're 1v5, you know, that's your job, right? And he wastes a lot of their time. It is Dasamis who's able to give, I think, 2 camps over to Crastiel there topside and pick up red for himself. So that's good there that they're able to get some of that scaling through. What this also does is, taking this outer top lane, is it means these waves are going to bounce all the way to that inner turret. It seems obvious, right? But what that does for Liberty is it gives them a lot more safety to look at these waves as scaling options. If you're Crastiel and you're trying to farm up a side lane, that's a lot safer for you.
Teton going to look for a little bit of poke here with the Tom Kench by his side, feeling pretty safe in the mid lane. Of course, ultimate available for Grevthar. And now just Red Canids trying to get some semblance of control on the map. They're trying to get any sort of vision down inside of Liberty's jungle right now. Of course, the Baron is up. We're at 25 minutes right now, and the next team fight is going to sway this game very drastically in either direction. It should turn into a Baron, but the question is who is going to get it? Is the Psalmist going to walk away from Grevthar? They're getting control in this blue side jungle, and that tells me Liberty is thinking about starting this Baron. And I'd imagine they just want to get Red Canids in a position where they can force a fight.
I know I want to. Fight me, Red Canids. You won't. Liberty up topside. They want the Baron. Look at the vision. Ah, chef's kiss. You love to see it, right? Not a blue ward in sight. And now Red have to wade through this enemy vision to get to the Baron. Very difficult for them.
Well, not only that, Guigo doesn't have teleport available, so he's having to walk up from the bottom lane. The Baron's just going to go down. Red Canids can't even contest this, and they're just going to have to walk away. If you're Liberty, you probably want this fight, but that's going to be Aegis getting into the backline. Chiari trying to just buy time here against Teton. Meanwhile, Guigo going to take out Chiari, and that's huge. Crastiel is low. That's the shutdown for Aegis. It's all going wrong for Liberty. Woz is going to die. That's the double kill for Guigo. Now Matsukaze trying to run, but this Aphelios may not last long. Red Canids being very patient here. Aegis going to get the flank, and this should be the Aphelios dead. Going to dive in, should get the knock up. That is a dead Aphelios, and they get the Baron, but it all falls apart as Liberty is bleeding.
It really does. It's just Samus left up with the Baron buff, so Red, they didn't get their cake, but they wound up eating it there. Good stuff from them, taking up this top side lane now. I'd like to see them crack open the mid lane at some point as that outer turret is still up. But hey, if you're a Camille, this is what you do, right? You're alone in the side lane, you push in waves over and over again. They can get this to crash before Crastiel respawns. That would be massive. It's like Chiari is going to take this lane up here. Nope, there's Crastiel. He gets in time. He's going to get the majority of it, so he'll be all right. But critical as well from that fight. Speaking of Crastiel, that's his first death. That was like I want to say like a 900 gold shutdown. Wild. Not sure who picked that up. My money is on Guigo, but that is a lot of gold just in that one kill going over to Red.
I believe it was Guigo as well, so definitely has closed the gap, has now been able to build a nice CS lead, 5-4-2 now on the Camille. So Guigo, who struggled so heavily through the first 15 to 18 minutes, feels like he's finally seriously arrived in this game. And despite the late response, we talked about Red Canids pushing for the Baron with Guigo in the bottom lane and no teleport available. Guigo still able to get there just in time. And now, while they don't get the Baron, they are going to get this second Ocean Drake. So there is no soul coming anytime soon. 28 minutes in, and both teams tied at 2 Drakes right now. As Liberty just going to try and get a little bit of an invade here on Aegis' blue side. But it seems like Guigo has his eyes set on this bot lane tier 2, and Chiari not as safe in this 1v1 as he was 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, not quite as safe there. I'm looking across at the builds. I love the Anathema's Chains there from Chiari. Not super in love with the build from Crastiel. There's a couple things there I'd probably change, but he's doing okay. 4-1-5, so he's got the gold to make up for it a little bit there. But yeah, everything else seems to be pretty well in order. I'm always surprised at the Senna builds that people like. It just kind of seems like anything works on this champion. But this is the flavor of the month Senna build, I guess. Teton bringing it out for us here. And as far as next moves for both these teams, it should just be trying to get the side waves pushing and cycling these jungle camps. Maybe look for a pick here if you're Liberty.
Yeah, we're at a bit of a stalemate right now. Just over 2.5 minutes until the next Baron, 4 minutes until the next Drake. So there's no neutral objectives for a while for these teams to fight over. So the focus right now is largely going to be over setting up vision, preparing for this Baron. Both teams tied at 12 kills. The gold lead essentially non-existent, about 600 to 700 gold is the lead for Red Canids right now. So we are very close to even. And we're going to have to see what the priorities are here as Liberty looking to collapse. Aegis going for the invade. Guigo pushing up that bottom wave. Woz is here on the flank, and Desamas is looking to go and teleport on its way from Grevthar and Red, ready to respond. Liberty immediately back away. They also get the teleport over Crastiel.
You like to see it there. Maybe Red will finally break open this mid lane turret. They're going to have to get through Liberty to do it, though. Not really sure where they're pathing at present time. They're trying to get somebody open this top lane. And I think I guess it's going to be Grevthar. I don't know why. I would get Teton up there if it were me, but we'll see what they do. Grevthar's a little bit safer up there on his own. Teton looking for this mid lane. You're trying to get that 4th item for the Senna, but more than anything, you want the souls from the minions, right? That is your main objective, trying to get that inherent scaling through from the champion.
Looking really good so far. 0-0-9 on the Senna there for Teton. So he may be the bot laner, but is full support mode, at least so far in this game, though. You were talking about the build. The build seems geared at least a little bit more towards being able to get through Kiari's health bar. Teton has spent a lot of time with that Gragas very near him in these fights. So Teton, at the very least, is trying to work through that very thick boy that is constantly a thorn in his side. Now, with just 30 seconds until Baron comes up, and the key here, no vision for Red Canids in that red side jungle, so Liberty, at the very least, could safely walk through their red side to try and gain control around this Baron. They're going to get this mid-wave pushing in their favor. And very key that 31 minutes in, Red Canids still have yet to take out the mid-tier 1 of Liberty.
Yeah, still don't have that one. It wouldn't take them much either, right? Senna at this stage of the game has quite a bit of range. So you kind of just walk up and auto it 3 or 4 times. I think you'd be fine. But yeah, they just haven't really had the map pressure, I don't think. That's been a consistent issue for Red so far. Even if they're up, they just have a really hard time walking through the map. You see how many control wards there are from Liberty right now. You walk over one of those and it's kind of like red flag. It's as lit up as it is for us in the spectator client. For them, all those areas of the map that have red vision, red control wards, are completely dark. So, and those are areas you cannot go to. So it makes it difficult for them. Grevthar, even here walking through this bush, is base checking that, and he does not have tracking on Kiari. So it really is hampering their ability to get around the map, this vision difference.
Both teams trying to decide whether they want to go for Drake or Baron first. Red Canids posturing near the Baron. And looks like they want to go for it. And Grevthar in this flank position again. It didn't work out very well the last time. But when they did fight at Baron, it definitely paid off. Do we have a disconnect in weird. Brazil? That is interesting. This is, enjoy the wide view of the rift, ladies and gentlemen. We are not sure exactly what's going on, so bear with us as it seems some technical difficulties on the side of the Brazilian broadcast. Okay, we're back. And Aaron is still alive. Everybody's still alive. Okay, everything's fine. Nobody panic. Nothing happened.
Personally, I would love to know how, Red got that much pressure onto this Baron, but I guess we'll never know. Here's Chasamis walking directly into Grevthar.
Right into Grevthar. Guigo looking to follow up. Grevthar buying some time, but Red Canids needs to get in here and help their teammate. Good Moonlight Vigil there from Matsukaze. They're having the back away. Good cast there. Gonna buy some time. As down goes Guigo. Grevthar running for the hills, but is gonna go down. That's another shutdown. Double kill there for Matsukaze. And Red must beat a retreat as the Liberty will take the Baron.
Just like that, yeah. So Matsukaze and the rest of the Liberty are off to the races. This is their second Baron. Maybe they'll actually get a positive Baron power play out of this one. I think they were down like 3k gold off the last one. Maybe we'll see a little bit of a profit. Ooh, Crastio gets caught out.
Yeah, he's going to be able to hit the Zon. Is there to buy some time. And Aegis wants to go in and get this kill, but will go down. But the Guardian Angel will at least keep him alive a little longer. But the Gravity Field locks him down. To Samus grabs the kill, so they will take the Baron. They're easily going to pick up their third Drake. It will be soul point here for Liberty. And Red, now safe seemingly only inside of their base as Liberty looks to pressure the middle inhibitor.
Yeah, they should be able to break this one open. That outer turret, by the way, for Liberty is still up in the mid line. I know we report on that a lot, but we're past the 35-minute mark, and it's like wild. Like there's no way, right? Nobody's got any outer turrets past the 35-minute mark. And in a close game, right? I mean, at this stage, you just kind of walk up and hit the turret a couple times, and it just dies. 2 Tetons. So, yeah, not sure what's going on there. Grefthar shoving in the wave up top side. That second or third dragon, I believe, went down for Liberty, I think, on the back end there. Did you see you pick that one up? I think it was off screen.
The Drake?
Yeah, the Drake. I think that went to Liberty.
DeSamus just soloed it while Liberty pressured mid. So easy pickup there for the Lee Sin. Red can't, they can't walk out of their base at that point with 2 members dead. So
yeah, rough trade across the map. I mean, they get Baron. They also get the dragon there, and their next dragon will give them that Ocean Soul, undoubtedly bringing them very close to winning this game outright. They were just down 2k gold, 3 minutes ago. Wild. They're up 2,500 gold now off their Baron power play, and they haven't really, there were no outer turrets to take. It was just that big push into the mid lane. You'd like to see Red start to mount a defense here a little bit. Jeez.
Yeah, we're going to have to see a lot of damage on a Tito. Just gets deleted. The shutdown. Crastiel says good night now, sir, as Guigo trying to buy some time and lock down the Lee Sin. DeSamus taking a lot of damage. The cask there will keep Guigo in place for the time being as Grefthar just trying to clear out this wave. It's a 4v5 defense here from Red Canids, and Guigo just trying to be as annoying as possible, but it doesn't matter. Bot lane inhibitor is going to fall, and it seems like Liberty may have their eyes set on the Nexus. They do have 2 Baron buff cannon minions that are going to work their way through this tower very quickly. 1 Nexus tower down, and Aegis goes in, is going to be able to buy some time, goes gold right now. Guigo on the backside, down goes Aegis, and this could be it. The ultimate there from Grefthar is going to do nothing. It's a double kill from DeSamus. The kick in on Guigo, it doesn't matter. They're on the Nexus. Red Canids will fall. The old kings still bleed, and Liberty will take them down.
Holy cow.